got the Jersey Shore shirt on, and I was thinking like, Candy Churro, what's up? Troubleshooter, what is up? Is this like you get this personality being around people, like party atmosphere, and I'm gonna get back to that, your personality or whatever. And it's like to the point you deal with this racism. It's just like even though you have a good personality, they view like they get mad that you have a good personality, so they be like, well, that's a weapon for them because now people are gonna like Puerto Ricans or whatever and view them as like equal people. You get that, very prevalent around the Jersey community. Shit. Oh, I need way one. That's what they're always mad about Puerto Ricans. It's like that's what it is. We don't like how cool they are because how they feel, everybody's gonna feel like that. Like, okay, so we can't be like, and and tell you the truth, we do. We literally said that. Our personality, we use our personality as weapons. But that's a corrupted morality when you grow up. Now use your personality for good. So I guess that's why it's kind of people look at us. It's like it's a little hard for us to contemplate, or other people to contemplate. Is like, well, he has his perception of whatever, but we already know we have good personalities, and it's very corrupted for the federal government to be like, well, give us his perception like we don't, and we know where that comes from, who you listen to. So it's not, to us, it's we know exactly where that comes from, like that, you know. So it's not we're not sociopathic, we're not crazy. It's just like you deemed us to have that our personalities because people like us, as that's a weapon, and that in itself is a criminal law. Have a judge be like, well, since people listen to you, and since you're calm, you're even more dangerous because you're calm and cool. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And this is the rationale people in government, judges think at a certain level. Not federal judges, but definitely state and municipal judges. Well, state judges, like municipal judges. Like, I got to protect my town. These criminal Latinos. Oh no. And sometimes you waver on that. You're like, is my personality good or not? You're like, oh yeah, yeah, it's good, it's chill. But it's a combination of perception and having person. You can't have a personality and no perception, or the person's perception of a personality and not have it because it's just you get your foot in the door and it collapses, whatever. Or you have a personality that's just kind of go to waste, whatever. So you gotta have balance. I guess because sometimes you feel like I figured it out growing up. Now I get back on it. Where we want to go, people. What about right here? And we could come into it. Is that good? I'll get us there as quick as possible. Break off when you see something. So it begins. That's right. Let's be honest. I am the only reason why you are here. All right. Dropped it on top. Take some of that. A All right. Skull piercer. Got him. It's all right. It's all right. Let's go grab our stuff again. You killed them all, right? Oh, people left 4 squads. Okay. To our right. To our right. Fuck. It's all right. should have stuck with the Volt and Havoc. Every time I go to Devo, it's like a light machine gun, does a little bit less damage, and you got to get it all kitted up anyway. Why does it always drift like that? I mean, I know why. Can you get recentered or something? Sanford, what's up? Sanford and Son. That was one of my dad's favorite fucking TV shows. I never understood why until I was older. Red Fox, Quincy Jones, Malcolm X. My squad's gonna beat up your squad. Oh, great. Are we ready? At 8,000 meters, I mean 800 meters. Going. Slow green, I'm on you. Okay, got it. Here we go. Nice job. No energy weapons? What's up with that? We gotta go. All right. As soon as you drop, I'm gonna drop my ult. Okay, ready? I'm gonna drop my ult right over here. Death box. Okay, coming up. Back up, back up. Coming up. I got a sniper. Hold up. You see him? Okay, I'm gonna drop my ult over here. Grab everything. What is this right here? What's this arm thing? I got him. Guard the door. I got it. I'm dropping my ult over here. Okay, I'm going. Fuck. I going. Fuck. They're in the heat shield. They're in my heat shield. Setting up another heat shield. Just heal, 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 heal. It's a Mirage. Mirage is gonna come in. Right where I'm at, Mirage is coming. Heal, heal, heal. You got this. You got this. Go to that fight. Go to that fight. You could grab me, but you need a heat shield to get there. It's gonna take you down real quick. Slide. You have to fabricate it. Fabricate a respawn kit. Getting shot. You got it. You got it. Nice. Knew it. Nice. Slowbro. Clan. Sanford. There you go. Slowbro. Do it again. Sup, Slowbro. Chillin', chillin'. See if Sanford comes in here. You got the last kill, right? Okay, let's do this. Ready up, Vapors. All right, hold up. And ready up. Fuck it. All right, last one, just to see if I could get a double. Blow some socks. Dr. Dumbbutt, what's up? Bloody hell. Should have slid and healed. Sup, sup, sup. Dr. Dumbbutt. What is up? Blue Sprit. Who is that? Slowbro. Sup, sup. How you doing, Slowbro? Ah, I felt that. Kill Rogan. High tier loot. Safe bet. Going for the center. Oh my god. I don't want to hear excuses, dude. You have no bullets. You got no shield. I mean, come on. You got no health. Next, I got no skills. I, okay. Oh, we got skills. Okay, okay. I'm just messing with you. Slow, bro. What's up? You got no peripheral vision. I'm messing with you. I feel you, bad. I'm just messing with you. UNSC, yo, come 95. What is up? Oh, that is the Predator. I guess it's like Aliens versus Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger, that type of feel. You know, it was last season. I was like, I need a skin. $20 for that skin. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Yeah, in the chimney. Like in the chimney? Okay. Actually, I'm out of bullets too. Okay, I got my ult. What weapons do you go to? Good. Looking for a Volt or Havoc. Okay, cool. I, if anybody wants it, I grabbed it. Skull Piercer. Here. Over here. What do these things do? Okay, come on. You loot them, I see. They're up top. Fuck. Fuck. It's all right. Not even worried about it. Ready up. Vapors. Vapors. What is up? Back again. It's ready up. Do you have a 3.5 mic that's plugged into your controller? Slow bro. Do you have a mic that's plugged into your controller? I could tell. You need a USB mic because every time you move your controller, I could hear the static coming through. Right now it's good, but a vapors. What's up? Ready up. Yeah, I don't. Very, very small streamer. Yeah, so yeah, it's just one underscore supreme night or whatever. So building my stream room now. Yeah, it is being recorded. So okay, we're gonna dip out and start it again. I don't want to do that. How do we do this? Hold up. Okay, let's go now. Easier. There we go. Ultrasound. Okay. Wherever you want to go. Okay, we're going down a chimney. Where's that chimney at? Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna do a straight shot. Okay, good. Fuck. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Alpha. What's up? All right, we're good. Slowbro, did you find me? All right, let's stick together. Fuck. That's all right. It's a hot drop. Way too many squads there. I like to start somewhere on the periphery and work our way in. At least have some loot and then engage, get some kills. Probably the best way to do that. Micro, what's up? Micro, micro. Psh, duh. Me, K, bro. All right. All right. All right. I see. I see. We're gonna drop over here. See some pins or whatever. Drop off. Shield over here. Damn. Slow, bro. Nice. Outside. Here we go. The shields. Yeah, that's the ult. She has shield. I mean, her shield gradually recharge and the fencing. Yeah, now you know. Okay. I guess I'm gonna look for a volt or yeah, volt. Okay. Yeah. Get some shields. Hold up. Let Micro get some shields. Check the death boxes. Hold up. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to take that car. There's a gold hop up here. I just want to see what it is. Oh, okay, there's a heavy mag right here. Where are you all at? Okay, I'm coming to. Okay. Yeah, I'll drop it. Grab this real quick. Grab a shield if you can. Grab everything. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. See if we grab some shields. Micro, jump up. Oh shit. Okay. Grab the materials. Skull piercer. All right. All right. Where's the safe place? Gonna drop my ult. I don't know if this is the safest place right here. All right. Dropping my ult right here. Micro. Try to grab a shield over here. Let's go. We got this. 5 squads left. 13 people. Let's go. Here we go. What do you want? Did you have a purple okay, never mind. You didn't have a gold backpack, did you? Did you? I just took it. My fault. Come back up here. There's a purple one. We gotta walk. I mean, run. Okay, you all right? Do you need any heals? Yeah, I got my ult. Yeah. Grab everything you can. Get your heals. Micro heal up. Micro heal up. You need heals? Let's go. I could grab more heals in a second. Okay. So, bro, chill. All right, grab some heals. I'll grab it. All right. Got it. All right, here. Take it. Do you want it? Here you go. Okay. Destroying it. You see anything? Okay, let's head towards that fighting. Let's go. How far away are they? I mean, from each other. Is it a long distance fight? Let's get behind one of them. Get behind one team, not in the middle. Behind them. Come more towards me. All right. We have to go. There we go. Got him. Hell yeah. That's how you do it. Nice. What does that mean, though? Nice, though, bro. Yeah, you got knockdowns, the assists, the kills. Good job. All right, I'm out. First time I really threw grenades and it worked, you know? So they were forced to stay in that heat shield, and I just lobbed two of them. But done. Yeah, I'm still learning, man. So I'm only like 3, 4 months in. All right. Do you want to try one more, see if we get a double? And then I'm going to dip out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to like gamble it. Yeah, let's do it. Might as well try for a double. I got a few doubles, but I think about after a year of playing this, then I'll try ranked. Mr. Dabs, what is up? I see. That explains the voice. Thank you, Mrs. Dabs. You know, you got it. You got me. Yeah, just like, it's like I know exactly. Are you smarter than an 8-year-old? All right. We are. We were going for a double. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna go over there and work our way in. At 8, we could. I just want to get some guns first. Really gonna try to get this double and not do a hot drop. I don't really know over there. I know over here. Yeah. Should be able to make it. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab these three right here. Oh, two right here. If I drop down, grab everything. Okay, now I'm going down. Okay. Anything good? Carbine. There's guns. Pick up. There's guns on the side. Okay, I'm gonna drop my ult then. Here, all the ammo you need right here. Okay, grab everything. Whoever wants it. Oh no, that's the what's locked. We gotta plant. Yeah, yeah, you gotta. It's in there. Yeah, do the trials. Yeah, there it is. Okay, you just got a little something. Yeah, we gotta grab some more shit. I don't like what I got either. So yeah. All right, head towards the city. Grab some more loot. Let's do it quickly. Oh, fro. All right. Okay, you want that? Go for it. Grab it. Okay, I got my ult. Okay, storm's coming in. We gotta go. Okay. Uh, uh, thank you. Actually looking for it. All right, got my ult. I'm gonna drop it over here. Just inside the ring. We got one right here, Pierre. Contact. Fuck. Fuck. Yeah, I'm out. Should not have thrown down that black market, man. All right. Just gonna go through these while I'm on. But that's about it. No, move within group. Oh, okay, I see. What is this? Ever jump access, first person. Nah, I'm good. So, move from group. Hell. Oh, yeah, that's that RPG. No, move from group. Move from group. There we go. Sonic. Oh, yeah, that's right. Keep that. Move from group. There we go. Omega Strike. I didn't really like this. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Side scroller. All right. There we go. So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 times 5 is what? 50, 65 plus 4, right? 3 at the bottom. 69. Oh, yeah, well, 68. But, so 12 of these will play after Christmas. So try to do 3 of them at Christmas. What is the best ones? Some of them. Crisis win. Move within group. Move this down. Let's see what else. What looks really good. I'll have to look at them again. So, why do I remember that one? Sonic is something I'm. You know what? At Christmas Eve is really when I should be playing. Like some of these, like Christmas Eve. We'll do this. Move within. Shit, now I have to go find that. Full, full library. Updates. Yeah. Update all. Update. Sonic S F L R Sonic. There we go. It's the difference between this Sonic and that Sonic. Episode 2. Skip it around here for not for whatever reason. Let's see here. Xenoraptor, Zero Strain. Code Vein. This is going to take a while to play, actually. Matter of fact, I probably have, because a dozen, I'll have probably 3 or 4 that I want to open on Christmas, because those are ones I actually do want to play. You know what I'm saying? So, try to move them in the order, give or take, that I want. This is more of a Christmas Eve type thing. There we go, I think. Remove from group. Bayonetta. I've never beat that yet. I think it's being upgraded. Think about it. I'll be back. Hold up. I want to take a look at what's happening in Ukraine. I haven't really paid too much attention, but I don't know. I don't know. I just thought of something randomish real quick. Let's see, take this out. I don't know. Let me just see what the map looks like. It's an idea, you know. Sort of like the Mulberries operation, the conundrums. Remember that at D-Day? Everybody remembers. We'll do coastal, uh, um, wave, um, barriers. Let me do D-Day, operation, mole, berry. Oh, we gotta do this. Okay, Operation Mulberry. This is Wikipedia. The Conundrum Operation D-Day. Operation Conundrum. Oh, is that the same thing? Probably. 10 different ways to say the same thing. The caissons they dropped. They actually just took old ships and sunk them there. So that's what they did. So this is where the ships could come in, and then they had a little thing, you know, barricade the waves, and then it would drop off more stuff in. Tide prediction machine, landing craft. Oh yeah, that's where the Higgins boats from. What was that operation on Tarawa? They decided to upgrade it. The funnies. Oh yeah, mulberries. Yep. We got the what is this thing called? This specific work is called on a bridge. Uh, Forget short pipeline. Yep. Oh, that's for the gas, German defenses, yep, hedgehogs, yep. God, I hate that. Trench. Trenton. Oh, types of bridges. Types of bridges. Arc beam, suspension, truss. It's a truss. Those little trusses right there. Yep. So these are the ones I was talking about. So you could build like a little harbor with these dolos. They're called dolos. So these big ass things. Just have a barge just come by. And you drop those things. Those things are like massive. So, so here's a person. So it's like big ass tacks and shit like that. And they interlock and stop the wave and everything. Okay, Ukraine. Like, why would you need those? And we got a harbor right here. A harbor right here, basically, like almost like a natural harbor. Just sort of looking at it. Just start landing stuff in. What you really need to do is build like an airstrip. Like right here or something. Is this flat enough? Not marshy? Just start building up equipment. And you just build a road to here. And have like a little bit of harbor over here and a harbor over here. It's continually land stuff, land stuff, land stuff. And then you can put those coastal barriers, start hauling them. They fucking take enormous amount of resources. It's the only place that makes static barrier defenses right here. Very few places does it make sense to actually have them. You bust out. You cut that off. Have that. And you do your thing. I don't want to get like overly detailed or whatever, but I was just thinking that you really need to build an airfield to really start landing at a lot of stuff in a harbor. So it's just easy to, waves and stuff like that, trying to drop off shit. I mean, you could have it wherever, from over here, come down, dropping it off, dropping off, dropping off. Where it's safest to drop it off. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to drop off stuff where it's safest. So wherever it's safest, really. Doesn't have to be there, doesn't have to be here or there or whatever. Whatever. You're trying to get a lot of the macro of it is you're trying to drop off a lot of equipment safely where it could do the most good, right? That's what you're trying to do. The details of it really doesn't matter. So that's what I'm trying to get across. Um, so wherever you could safely drop off a lot of equipment and people, where it would do the most good. So that's the point of it. Anything that deters off of that, don't worry about. So just giving you an example or two of that, you know. So, but the common thinking is like to be a barrier, an iron, no, not iron, but bombardment that should create like a safe zone pretty far out. So once these bridges are repaired, you can start landing stuff over here. My thinking is, look at this. They can't really defend in here because of this, the artillery, right? It makes very little sense. I mean, you could, but to try to hold out over here is nothing. These are your toe holds, your bridge heads right here across the river. You got one, two, and three, so you get some redundancy. Almost like fortified. Since it's a city, got a lot of. Well, it's a little bit urbanish, a little more built up. I won't say urbanish, a little bit built up, meaning you got defenses that could be built there. So if you want to do that, but come across a bridge, you have that readily right there. How you do everybody, how Ukraine does this thing. But I've seen really detailed maps of like units, how each one supports the other and combined arm tactics and everything. I'm like, yeah, I mean, but of course, but you know, it's just once you get down, it's like we gotta run left, run right, and all that other stuff. When you get to that, it's just like try to stay up here with the overall concepts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You get into like the super detailed, um, everything just goes to, does what it does. Every good plan is good until they get initiated. But I think if you steal with the concepts or whatever, you're a little bit better off or whatever. Hold up. No, I'm good. Got an ultrasound thing on. Speak. There we go. But yeah. I think come over here, apply pressure, come across, create a riverhead, bridgehead, bridgehead, right? Bridges. Yeah. I remember saying something about those old ass, because this is marsh, right? You need something lighter, more maneuverable, and something more expendable than the 777s, 155s, right? Is that the 155s, the howitzers? I have no idea. Not an arty guy. But yeah, you could haul around those. No, that thing is super marshy. Yeah, you still get a runway in there. In my thinking, if you build one of those temporary airfields, it'd be like you could land a plane on it, but if a round lands on it, it'd be like a bunch of like, I wouldn't say mud, but like this gelatinous stuff comes up. So won't be permanently damaged. You put more temporary stuff on top of it, and you're good. And it's the combined surface area. You can still land planes on it. You know, one of those kind of meshes. Which is just an odd thing. So you can't really bomb it out. And I won't say you land super heavy planes on it. You could definitely land helicopters and lighter transport stuff on it. So I don't, know, I don't know if you wanted to do that. I guess I don't know. It depends. These. The bridge is probably a better way to go because you already have like these supports on bridge, right? So you have bridge, so to speak. And there's all these supports going across. And they already built it across over here. They targeted it again. It could always just be rebuilt up. It doesn't really make too much sense to have another one because then all the supporting material could just make this more efficient. More lanes going back and forth. I mean, if it was a shorter distance, it would make sense, but it's just such a long uh, way to traverse all that effort could go over into making this more redundant. Because like just a little bit of a round or two could just totally destroy that. I don't know. A round or two just take it out for a little bit. You just okay, just put another boat over there. We got it. As a boat goes away and it takes out a support, everything washes away and it'll just rip it all away. So this would just refortify it. Because you have to have a direct hit or it goes in the water. Just boom, boom. You know. So I don't know. But I was thinking like, everybody's gonna get into like how well of I don't know military knowledge they have. Let them do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to go there. It's built on egos or whatever, and I'm not gonna get into any kind of argument like that because it's a waste of time or anything, especially when people lives are at stake. So wherever it's safest um, to get a lot of material across to the Dnieper, where it does the most good, and you have a lot of different options for that. Um, the other big thing is the war itself. I believe is going to end when Russia runs out of ammunition. I mean, and once I say it makes sense because they're going to try to get everything they can out of the war. And obviously, they're not getting land out of it. I mean, any rationale states they're not getting any land out of it, but they're continuing on it, even though they know that. So why are they doing it? There's something they're getting out of the war. I mean, I'm not going to get into what it is. I know what it is. And once it becomes very apparent, I'm not going to get into a debate about it. But they're pulling in other ammo, pulling everything they can, continued on and doing it whatever it can for Russia while they could do it. And it makes sense when they can't continue on the war, they will stop. but they're going to continue to grind out people and kill people as long as possible. So you got to keep supplying Ukraine with more ammo than Russia. It's this kind of common sense. It's very simplistic. Um, uh, that's the only thing I really want to get across, so everybody understands that. I mean, let's say there's a political ending to it. That's ridiculous. I mean, look at all of us. We want to state how better we are than somebody else by using words, sound waves. You know what I'm talking about? This is using death and destruction. You know what I'm saying? So once you start that, people are going to do the most extreme things with it and get everything they can. Violence as much as possible. Even tangentially over here, there's a war, and then we try to associate what we want, even politically. And everything's always political. Um, I mean, extension of that, right? But I think it's really detrimental to Republicans because they were for Russia. Now they got to do this dance in limbo to be like, oh, now we're for Ukraine. And so you have that. I mean, were they there on day one? No, they're on for Russia. And you got so 80-90% of the Hawks were for Russia. Now they have to eat their own shoes and be like, okay, now we're for Ukraine. Because a lot of people juxtapose that violence for skill. They didn't do the research on Ukraine and how much they historically defended themselves. And then in hindsight, they'd be like, oh, yeah, I know they always defended themselves. I knew what happened in 2014 and how they, you know, just low crawled with their home hunting rifles with makeshift shields and trying to just preserve whatever government they had, you know what I'm saying? Against a lot of over against overwhelming odds. I guess the other thing too is again with Finland and Sweden, more so with Finland. They have armies that I wouldn't say is fully integrated with NATO or fully integrated with each other, but their um, defense stratagem was to fight Russia on its own and have the capability to fight Russia on its own. Okay, so how does that come in a benefit? Um, well, now that it's going to be integrated with NATO, they have a lot of equipment they don't really need, and it could be upgraded quite readily because they had to like do this overall stuff. So they'll have a lot of these odds and ends they could give directly to Ukraine. We're thinking, well, that really doesn't matter, right? But Ukraine is using like trucks and armored cars or whatever. So our Hummers, our even the MRAPs, whatever, we don't necessarily think they're up to date, but they do a world of good over there. And even like you saw with these funnies that we have, right, so to speak. I'm not saying like this is a general concept, right? I just saw it. D-Day funnies, right? We all know what these are. Sadistic concept type of thing. Herbert's funnies, right? Like this type of war equipment. We don't think much of it, but for all intents and purposes, the arc, yeah, tanks on top of tanks and stuff like that, to get across those rivers, and this those odds and ends that Finland and Sweden have, they don't really need because now they're integrated. They don't have to go it all alone. Don't need to have everything. Ukraine does. They're going it all alone, so all that equipment could just go directly to Ukraine, and we could see how that does in combat and improve upon it. So that's what's going to happen. That's what needs to happen. I was thinking that because just think about a country that has to develop all this and fund all these other stuff that we don't even think about. That's why I don't even know what's there, but I know the types of stuff that's there. You know, like okay, we could get this tier stuff because we need all this other stuff too. Now they're going to get everything upgraded, and that could just be like unloaded to Ukraine. Make sure they have enough stuff until Russia is completely out of ammo to conduct war. One thing's for certain. China's shitting themselves because they're like, oh, we thought we were going to conquer the world. And no, you're not. There's no fucking way. What did Trump, Putin, and China discuss dividing the world? And we're not going to head into no dark age. We're going to have our institutions go against itself because it's our quality of life that could make art, could make creativity, that could innovate, that could do this research, these high works of art, this deep cathedral type of scientific projects of going into space. If frees enough time, they could devote and go after and achieve their passions, whatever that is. If everything's situated to like a few people, it's not. It's time we do not shoot ourselves in the foot and enable dictators and treat them for what they are. They are more than a cancer. They are a direct threat to democracy. As soon as they get enough power, they will attack us so they can increase their power. And it's just not, okay, well, it's a small country. But that thinking remains. If I could just turn a democracy into a dictatorship. And that's what happened a lot in Greece. So many times. You got all these democracies, and then demagoguery took over and a dictator happened. Now, one of the most famous ones is Syracuse. It was a democracy for a while. Then it was going against Carthage and became a dictatorship, pushed out, but in the end, it fought Rome. And that's when Aristotle got killed or whatever. But yeah. So it happens all the time. we need to become a dictatorship because there's some outside external threat or internal threat. And you make up these enemies and these scarecrows, and you have this straw man argument, like embody other people that are wholly evil, and we need to go against them, but no one could ever be that evil. But we need to form something and do something to go against it, and so we destroy ourselves. It's the only thing that could destroy ourselves. Could be ourselves, but we can't allow outside countries to have enough resources to come after us. This is my thinking. You get all of Europe. And one of the reasons why Europe cannot fully develop, especially in these countries over here, I wouldn't say all of Poland, but I would say Slovakia, Hungary, maybe Romania, Moldavia, definitely. Ukraine was, as it's become a democracy, Belarus, like in this region, was because of this conflict zone. This conflict, because of Russia, really. Now, once this war ends, and if we could, and we have to make Moscow a democracy, this area will quickly develop because there's no conflict. Because we'll be like, all right, this the natural state of things. And whatever this population is right here, and then you have America, of course, with 350 million, 370, Canada. So then you have a billion over here, you have a billion over here, 750 million over here. And you have New Zealand, Australia, of course. So, and it's always, we had a population deficit. And you basically formed this, you've got to form an economic barrier. It slowly constricts these dictatorships in here. And we have other dictators right here. Venezuela, so you would have to, Colombia, Brazil, same thing in here. So they constrict Venezuela. And you just keep making more democracy. Then these could fully develop, Colombia more so. But Venezuela's right there. Mexico has a growing middle class. Cuba's another one. We can't really aggressively go after it. You can embargo the whole thing, blockade it. You won't have a dictatorship right off our coast that could do whatever it wants. What happens if someone does gain power? Whatever country, I'm not saying if one does, what happens if Brazil or whatever, some country in Africa, Angola or Yemen or India, Pakistan, Thailand or whatever, something like that. Just arbitrary countries. They grow because it's a dictatorship. And be like, okay, Cuba, you're really close to the United States. Let's do business with you. Let's influx money, resources, whatever. It's just not safe. Because what really protects the United States, we want to say it's because we're so brilliant, we're so smart, then we just get as arrogant as everybody else. But it's this thing right here, and it's this thing right here. two big ass oceans. That's what protects us and able to stabilize our country, that we could have um, built up our economy. And you could say what you want about the Roman Empire, but the reason why it was so protected is because it had this thing right here and this thing right here. And it was hard to get to. The only way you could really get into it was through these mountains. And then the Axis was able to stabilize its government and enjoy democracy. That's the biggest reason why. And it was in the center of other different populations. This in Spain, you had to go all the way over here. Greece was basically had to take the brunt of everything. So this acted as a buffer towards Italy. But now Italy could go after Greece or whatever. So that's the biggest reason why. It's these natural barriers. So again, you're it's protected because of the Mediterranean, up here. And from the rest of the world, really. Russia. So you have to make a democracy and then use Russia as a staging ground, as a bulwark of democracy. And then you could make your inroads to other places that are not a democracy. Just like Mexico is a democracy, but we gotta make sure that it's really, in the last 20 years, it's like, there's a huge middle class. I think people are surprised that the standard of living for a lot of people are higher than a lot of other Americans. People are a little bit of taken back by it because, I buy that. Canada is growing in population. And like I said, Colombia, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile. Quality of life is on par. A lot of the middle class is pretty big. Used to have no middle class, and the middle class is growing. So that's what I see after the war. We don't have a choice but to make it a democracy. And they're like, oh, we'll never be a democracy. If you have nothing to wage war with, nothing to control your people with, you have no option but to become a democracy. But I do see it becoming a democracy. And they're going to try everything to make it not become one, I guess. But this war serves a very bloody purpose. If to nothing else to kill people, then it does it. And the thing is, there's no shortage of people wanting to cause violence and destruction. The problem with the world, there's not enough people that, knowing they could cause death and destruction and pain, and have till and skill and talent to do so, but choose to build society and use that skill for the right way. And I always have to point out, because if you really look at it, like 80% of us are contributing, to society at a certain level. And it's really like 20% that really build society. And we just sort of think it's just so strong that we can just constantly attack it until we outright attack it. And It's not like that. It's democracy is the best system we have. It's not perfect by any sense, but it's just not infallible. It could be brought down, and I guess people realize it's that select group of people. But one good thing, it constantly changes over or whatever, So, well, we always learned it's that slow deterioration, and we came this close to, going into a dark age. And we can't allow someone to be like, oh, well, my personality is just so good, everybody loves me, and use that as a weapon to destroy ourselves. You know, be like, oh yeah, well, that's what the Romans realized. No actor can become a politician. You know, same thing. I think like anything is social media and advertisements, whatever. You shouldn't be perceived as the smartest, greatest person. There needs to be checks and balances to be verified. Be like, okay, these achievements. I'm talking about not just constantly conditioned to believe something. It's just like, well, this mug does not have a chip in it. Like a Jedi mind trick. It does not have a chip in it. We just condition other people how to think instead of laying down facts and figures and instead of people and letting them decide. And that's the biggest issue, and it always will be the biggest issue. So we got to have that more structured as a bulwark to democracy, how to guard ourselves against demagoguery and gaslight and people who need to condition other people how to think. It's like, I don't know. I guess personally for me, if someone needed to state um, that I didn't grow up at the Jersey Shore, I didn't go to high school at the Jersey Shore, or something like that, I'd be like, Jedi mind trick. He really grew up in Canada, Florida, Mexico, just like Jedi mind trick. And he just constantly stated over and over again. And so now instead of the truth will be like, oh, well, I'm not adopted or whatever. And I grew up in India, not even Mexico. This is where I'm from, Sri Lanka or something like that. And you keep conditioning people. So now their mindset is onto their biases of that region and associate that with me, I guess, personally. That happens occasionally here and there or whatever. So I could state, and that doesn't really put out all the facts. I'm Latino and I have these other, influences, that makes myself, Spanish, Native, Jersey, Bronx, Italian, Irish, German, Black culture. But I'm a lot Native, and I'm a lot Spanish, so that's a lot who I am. But these tangential things, uh, not tangential really, but we try to just. I'm going off on tangent, so. But I'm trying to say from a personal perspective, when we try to condition people how to think instead of laying down facts and figures to people, we really get into problems. I mean, just that's what a lot of people from New York saw in Trump. Well, he does this, he says this. Well, you're not aware of like just about everybody in New York does that, but to them it's all new and this personality or whatever. I'm like, please, man. morality. I mean, if you instill morality in everybody who's black and Latino, and someone grew up without having that, you could get away with anything, you know. You didn't really have the American experience to begin with, you know. You never, no one adjusted you and be like, this is how society is, and this is how you treat your neighbor, you know. And you have no center of moral core. You're an outlier. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm not saying he's not American, but it's not the true American experience. But to us, it's, you know, greater than, you know, not historical wealth. Yeah, so I grew up here, and then we moved down to the Jersey Shore, right here. So this is where I went to school. Tom's River East, right here. It's a bridge into Seaside. Here's Seaside Heights right here. So I lived, where did I live? Right here. Again, there it is. Boom. I lived right here. This is our school. And this is Seaside right here. So I had friends everywhere. So like I know the areas. Like it's crazy. Like okay, so this is more of a Puerto Rican type of everybody was cool with it. It's Irish, Italians right here. And we all went into other people's groups or whatever. You know, it's a big thing. You know, Irish, Puerto Rican, Italian. Almost like as you crossed over here, it'd be like just like everybody, like every Irish would know. You know, I think every Italian would know. Just you know, so remember just getting into trouble over here. I could duck into houses. I mean, the whole town knew us and everything. I mean, but it wasn't like that. I mean, it wasn't like gangster. It was just like, you know, most of your friends were this. You know, we had Irish and Italian friends. They had, you know, Irish had, you know, Puerto Rican and black friends too, and even the Italians. You know, they had. I guess they had a Puerto Rican friend or two, maybe. I don't know, but you know, Jersey Shore. So I remember a couple of times, at least a couple dozen times, I would walk across the bridge and walk home. Actually, what I would do, or if I was with friends, we would get bicycles. We'll bicycle across, and I have friends right here in these houses. So I would just over there chill for whatever. And then over here, you can just walk home. This is a few blocks. This is school right here. Everybody from over here in this area, they just all walked to school. Just came out this road right here. Boom, boom, all home. I walked to school. It's just a 2 minute walk over here. I guess what is this? 10 minute walk, 15 minute walk over here. So I guess this bridge is just kind of like kind of like a dividing factor, really. It's like, oh, gotta cross the bridge. Everybody gets in a car over here, 10 deep. Nah, I don't know. And they just unload over here, you know. All you gotta do is just get across the bridge. People laying on top of each other, you know. Girls just laying on you and shit like that. Going to club. Anyway, growing up in Seaside. But you gotta look like this. This is when there were so few people out here. I mean, so few police out there. Now it's different. For the last 20 years, like, okay, there's a dozen police officers for like hundreds of thousands of people. There's just no way you could take it on. It's like, oh, they're white people, you know, there won't be any trouble, there won't be any. And they're like, oh, Puerto Ricans are here. So it's like, fuck, you know, so they had to do all this dumb stuff now. Um, but then, you know, after that, they're like, okay, now we could have TV shows and all that other stuff. It used to be really crazy, you know. Then as things calmed down a lot, now it's palatable to white people. And I remember a lot of people came down like this place is a cesspool. People are just closed-minded sexually. Oh my god, that's why you know. Okay, I'll just leave it there, man. Some of the funnest times of my life, you know. I'll tell you that much. No other place like in the world. It's very for a short period of time, you know, before they, you know, try to, you know, stop all the people partying and stuff like that for real. I mean, it would just be like your block parties is just like every weekend. All the hotel rooms were not just one It's not one hotel where all the rooms are open. It'll be one hotel after another hotel after another hotel. Rooms are all partying, everything just out. You know. Anyways, um, anyways, I think the world would be a lot better if people hung out with people, chill with people, get a lot more stuff done if everybody's party together. Love, not war, right? And that's the whole thing. Like, we have a touch of the Bronx, you know, because we're all from North Jersey, you know, Puerto Ricans down there. Well, down at the shore, it's more of a party atmosphere. We got in our fights. Down there, I got a lot of fights, you know. We're all party oriented. City's more like, gangsta, gotta kill people and shit like that. I mean, I'm not saying everybody like from the city is like that, but more aggressive. Down the shore, it's more of that party mentality. It's like we'd rather do that. It's like, yeah, does it happen? Yeah, but dude, let's all chill, hang out. That shit after the club closes, I'm talking about. Come on, let's all dance, go on the floor, meet some woman, keep all that crazy stiff, you know, unless you have to do it, you know what I mean? So that's us. At least us down there. That's why I would say, from a Jersey Shore perspective, like our mentality is a little bit different. I'm not saying it's just more geared towards that, more geared towards partying. I'm not saying it's like, what I'm saying? Not saying there's a lot of good clubs in New York, yeah, but I guess you're forced to do more other, be more in survival mode, up there. So, but that's really where I developed my personality. And I know, and the only thing I guess I'm really trying to say is that you get a lot more done with partying, chilling, and love than with violence. And that's what I'm getting across. That's what I want to get across. And it's the truth. Communication versus all the dumb stuff, So whatever's happened in Ukraine, once communication could normalize whatever. And that's the whole thing. They're trying to suppress communication. They're trying to manipulate. They're trying to deceive. That only works so much. If you see people all the time, you know, it's not like someone's gonna know, oh, Supreme's 7 feet tall and I have fireballs coming out my ass. Dude, he's right over there, you know what I'm saying? So come on. He's 5'6". So I mean it's just but so many times it's just like wow. You know, and I got a lot, I guess I'm a little bit embarrassed, like, oh you're shorter than I expected. Everybody's just like, I heard a lot about you. I was like, what did you hear? When I was 17 and 18, it's like, hear anything good? Hear anything bad? I was like, well, I'll tell you one thing. All those good things you heard about me are true. All those bad things you heard about me are also true. I'll probably, say that I'm a real person. But how bad was it? You know what I'm saying? So there's so much stuff that happens out there. You can only focus what's in front of you. You know what I mean? So, but that's how you make a better equal society. Constantly talking to people, constantly just being real with people that you're a person, that you're just like everyone else. And once they start thinking you're the other, these and not communicate, not engage, and you cut off communication, leads to this. So you gotta chill, party, have fun, love. So anyway, add in that, rational thinking will take over. So now I sort of understand make love, not war. It's not just words and things of some kind of like some ideology that's just weak or not attainable, but it's literally the strongest thing. It takes so much skill. It's what happens naturally. It's one of those things that just seems so natural and easy to do, but it's one of the things that it takes. You could always perfect. You know what I mean? And you always build on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to do anything else because violence does not make human interaction. It deters people from talking. It literally ends the people you're going to talk to. And what are you going to rule over? Nothing. When you'd rather be the person people come to, be like, oh, okay, this is over here. Saying it's like be the nexus of information. 'Cause you can't be everything. But like, oh yeah, okay. I may not be that, but like, oh, you want this? Oh, you want? Oh, these people over here, they know how to dance or whatever. Oh, you want? Oh, you know what? Um, football player. You want? These people will get football. So, oh, baseball. Yeah, these people will get baseball. Archery, fencing, river dance, Latino food, whatever it is. You know somebody is something. As soon as you put something in there to break apart everything, that it breaks down. And violence does that. But it's just like we just think talent is something else. The violence. And always war will be here before I was born. It's here now, I'll be here after I die. I have no illusions about that, but it's not the strongest thing. Not in the least. And I guess, people cope with racism different ways. Drugs, violence, but rational thought and engaging with other people is the only way. I guess people need to numb their brains to all the stuff that happens out there, but that doesn't make it go away. You can't stop people how they think, you know what I'm saying? Even talking to them doesn't stop, but the thing is you engage with good people, you find good people. And subtly people realize this is the way to behave, these are the mannerisms. You can't make these drastic changes to people through any means. You just gotta lay out the facts in front of them, show them the right way to do it, display love, compassion, and that gets absorbed. And that is what's winning out. And this violence just destroys ourselves. And this is what these dictatorships want. They want their way, how they think. I guess being part of a mixed race, being Latino, you reach out more. I'm not saying everybody does, but I'm just saying, on average, Latinos do. And then when you're just one, so to speak, or more or less, you just feel more safe within one. You don't reach out as much, but it's just generally speaking. And then that self that's biased. And you have to be open to where that's not, you know, any generalistic statement about society and biases and who's whatever is just, you don't want to do that. Anyways, but we should never think that because of the populations of any of these places that we cannot win. It's our unity. And honestly, do we have a population problem? A little bit. We're all right though. We'll be okay. We have a lot of room in Canada, Australia. Soon we'll have the Mars. So we just got to get up there first for any dictatorship. And we got to close down any dictatorship going to Mars. They have to be democracy to colonize and not in name only. You know what I mean? So it's just we got to think about generations and centuries beyond us. What's going to happen? How things are going to play out. All those resources, all that money going to one country or and their way of governance. Yeah. In a way, I sort of understand why the Wagner group sent a hammer. It's almost like metaphorically saying this is it's an imperfect way of getting across what we want to get done. We don't care, you know, and people can put the pieces together. I'm not saying it's not genocide, but it's definitely genocide. It's definitely not. It's very sadistical shit. They just don't give a fuck. And it's very brutal. And once they could get everything done, they could kill who they want, then that's what will be over. And we have to do what we need to do that it doesn't affect us as much as possible, which is the sad reality of it. Not just outlast them, not just have more ammunition, but their objectives affect them, affect us in our system of government and Ukraine as much as possible too. And we can't fight a defensive war or be defensive and to constantly adjust to what they're doing. We have to be more engaging to them, and to leave it as a dictatorship is just too dangerous, or any dictatorship. They all have the same goals. It's really a question of do they have the capability to carry out those goals? So you're going to tell me if China had a military that was multitudes stronger than the United States, they would invade Taiwan? Are we going to allow them to get a military and an economy that could support that military to be multiple times stronger than the United States? No, because then they have the will, and that's all they want to have to fulfill their goals. They know they don't have that capability. They thought they did. This close. Hey, they still might do something, but every rationale says they do not have that capability. Okay, well, I'm getting to other things, but I'll leave it at that. Sweden and Finland will have a bunch of extra gear that could help out Ukraine. You have a lot of different options to get across the river. And Putin has used his personality and his position, not personality, but people have this concept of using the personality, this magnetism as a weapon to get across their own very, not just eccentric, but monstrous dictatorship, naturalistic agenda. So it's not just that people like these people that got them in power. People have to have this love of humanity to grow their own country and the world community. And that's important. And it has to be like a very core part of the people, of our leaders, this has to be. All right, I'll leave it with that. All right. About Christmas season, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to think about all this war stuff, man.